Hi everyone, I'm Sonic and I'm the best lean user in the world right now. In this new video, I'm going to show you the reconstruction of my 6.63 official average that I recently got at Italian Championship 2021, which was unfortunately a world record fail. So, if you want to see how I messed everything up, make sure you stick to the video until the end of it. So guys, these are the 5 scrambles that I got, and if you want to try them, make sure you first leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and after you try them, you leave a comment down below saying what you got. But now, without further ado, let's jump into the first one. So, for scramble number 1, I got barrel shield, which is actually a pretty decent CSP, but I'm not going through the way I trace and all that stuff. I will simply show you the solution. So for this, oh, and remember that I have white on top, I did this slice and then rotate it clockwise to go into shield, and here I simply solved this way. And I had obviously planned the first block, which I knew was gonna be this, so I simply did UD slice and then solved the first block. Now for second block, I got this right here, and I messed up here because I should have done something like this, then JJ to get this pretty decent PL +1, but I didn't. What I did was to simply do this, and then fix the middle layer and insert. Yeah, that was terrible. I'm perfectly aware of it, but come on, I was anxious. That's why I got an 804, which was actually the worst. So anyway, here I simply got this PL +1, and I will put the algorithm right here. And the cube was solved. Now, this was scramble number 2, so pause the video and do this scramble right here if you want to follow along. But for my second solution, I got pone, which I needed a lot of time to trace because I messed up, I remember, but then I also managed to plan the first block anyway, which was pretty good. So I simply made a slice, this, and then this, and got this 2 slicer, which is actually pretty decent. So did this, paired it in the back, and now here I got this. Now, the way I solved this was actually pretty decent. It wasn't the best, because the best was probably doing this, and then solving this case. But I did something which is pretty cool. So I paired this edge with this corner. So I had this big block and this other thing here. So I made sure when I sliced, I wouldn't break this edge. Paired everything, fixed the equator, and do this U2 right away to recognize the PL +1 quickly, and thankfully I got this really good one, for which the algorithm is going to be the following. UAUF, and the cube was solved. Pretty decently this time, I must say. Now, for scramble number 3, I got the worst cube shape parity of the entire average, but the time was still the second best one. Now, let me show you how I solve it. Basically, this case is fist kite, but like the good CSP one, which is actually not that bad, and I also managed to plan the first block here, okay, like in all the other solves, of course. So what I did was that I simply paired these 2 edges with the L, and now I got square pone, paired the L with the 3, like this, and then went to scallop kite, simply solved it, and now I knew that I would get the headlights here, and the edge here, M2 to solve the first block pretty standardly, and now here I had a 5 slicer for the second block. Now this case might look pretty bad, but actually it's not. Obviously, if the middle layer was fixed, it would have been much better, but it wasn't, but it doesn't matter. So basically I brought down edge and corner to also pair this edge with this, brought it down to build this big block, create the big block, and I simply fixed the middle layer and inserted U2 right away, and I got this PL +1, which is not the best, but not the worst either. So I simply spammed it as much as I could. Did like this, and the algorithm is the following. U2 AUF, and that was it. Now, scramble number 4 was the one where I got my best solution, which was a 594, and make sure you follow along by doing this scramble, and now I will show you how I did it. Now, basically, this case here was just fist pone, but the good one. Like, I mean, the good version of the good one. Basically, it's just 4-0, slice, and you're in square shield, which is actually really good. And so I simply solved it like that. I don't remember the grip, but I'm pretty sure I gripped it the other way. I don't know, I'm stupid. Yeah, I did it this way. Okay, anyway, I basically had to solve this case right here, which might look bad, but actually it's really fast to solve. So simply brought these two up, corner paired with the edge and paired it down. And I got this case right here. This is not bad for Lars users either. It's actually really good, but for Lin, I simply did this, brought down the edge to bring up all these pieces. U, M2 to create the big block, slice for the equator, this. And here, I simply got the inverse of the PLL+1 I got in previous solve, so it's just the inverse of the previous algorithm, which goes like this. But this time, I got luckier because there was no AUF. Now, last solution. This was not good in terms of execution, but the cases were so simple. It was 15 slices. I mean, I barely got 2 slices per second, which is super slow. So anyway, make sure you follow along because the solution on this is super stupid. It was probably like the best scramble, but I got a shitty time because I was super nervous. I mean, when you have a world record in your hands, it's normal to be anxious. So, well, I kind of justify myself even though I'm really, really sad about it. Now, let me show you how I did it. Basically, this was again pawn fist, but the good one of the good one. So actually it was really easy as well, okay? I simply did a slice like this to go into square shield and solved it. Like this, this, and this. And got a super simple first block because as you can see, I have these two paired already and this one here in the back. So I simply had to do -3, 4, slice, and the first block was already done basically, okay? Now for the second block, here I kind of made a mistake because I should have just paired this edge with this corner by doing M2, but I didn't. Instead, I simply paired them by doing a slice, which kind of made me do a bunch of useless moves, but that was not the worst mistake. The worst mistake was just the trembling execution, okay? Paired it in the back, fixed the middle layer, and solved it. I should have done it the other way so I wouldn't have to fix the equator either and would have been much faster, but it doesn't matter. And then here I came to PLL+1, which was thankfully not lucky, but I lost like 1.5 seconds during CSP and first block, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, this is just a very simple algorithm. It's gonna be on screen, and it goes like this. U prime AUF, and the cube was solved. So guys, that was it for the reconstructions. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below the time you got on this average, okay, on these stupid scrambles that I messed up. So, before I let you go though, one thing. Never mind if I messed up the world record, because next time I will get it. I promise. This is a promise to y'all. Like, remind these words. Linear best method.